Five Nights at Freddy's fan-made games have become a staple in the indie horror community, with many developers passionately expanding the FNAF universe through their unique takes and stories. Unfortunately, not all of these ambitious projects see the light of day. Whether due to time constraints, developmental issues, or creative burnout, many fan games are left unfinished, leaving only teasers, concepts, and what-ifs behind. These canceled games often generate considerable anticipation among fans, only to be halted mid-development, resulting in a bittersweet legacy. This list highlights some of the most anticipated FNAF fan games that, despite their potential, were sadly cancelled. The first game I will talk about is Afon Build. Afon Build was an ambitious Five Nights at Freddy's fan game centered around the concept of rebuilding and repurposing animatronics. The game's unique premise stood out from the usual survival horror formula. Instead of simply surviving animatronic attacks, Afon Build aimed to put players in the shoes of someone working for William Afton, with building and repairing animatronics for nefarious purposes. The core gameplay focused on collecting parts to assemble animatronics, then repairing and upgrading them with various modifications. Players had to carefully piece together malfunctioning or incomplete animatronics, bringing them back to life while managing the risk of activating hostile behaviors. Afon Build introduced fresh mechanics such as resource management, crafting tools and components, and handling malfunctioning animatronics. These features shifted the game towards a more strategic horror experience, requiring players to think critically about how to repair or control the animatronics while dealing with the looming threat they posed. Unfortunately, after 2 years of production, Scott Coffin decided that the game was not worth the risk and said he's not interested in Afon Build being in the fanverse anymore. And due for them not having the budget to finish the game themselves, it definitely got cancelled. The next game is Project Box. Project Box was a fan-made Five Nights at Freddy's game that gained some attention for its mysterious teasers and concept. The game was designed to explore the contents of the infamous box teased in FNAF 4, which remained unopened in the official series, leading to widespread fan speculation. Project Box set out to explore what could be inside the box, offering fans a chance to dive deeper into the lore and possibly reveal hidden secrets about the FNAF universe. The game was intended to blend traditional FNAF gameplay with new mechanics, focusing on puzzle solving, narrative exploration, and perhaps even offering multiple endings depending on player choices. The game was envisioned to be a psychological horror experience that delved into darker aspects of the FNAF story, likely taking a more story-driven approach rather than sticking to the standard survival formula. Players would not just survive against animatronics but uncover a narrative that revolved around the mysterious box and its implications. Project Box was ultimately cancelled due to a combination of developmental challenges and creative burnout. The developers struggled with the game's complex mechanics and narrative direction, leading to delays in stalled progress. Additionally, the growing pressure to meet fan expectations created stress within the team, contributing to the decision to cancel the project. The next game is Fazbear Tycoon. Fazbear Tycoon was an ambitious fan project designed to merge the management simulation genre with the distinctive horror elements of the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. Players were tasked with running their own pizzeria, akin to the management aspects seen in games like Roller Coaster Tycoon. This involved tasks such as setting up the layout, managing finances, and ensuring the day-to-day operations of the establishment. One of the central features of the game was designing and customizing animatronics. Players could create their own animatronic characters, giving them unique designs and functionalities. This aspect was intended to be both creative and strategic, as players needed to balance aesthetics with the animatronics' effectiveness in the game's environment. In keeping with the FNAF tradition, Fazbear Tycoon incorporated horror elements that affected gameplay. This included dealing with malfunctioning animatronics, managing security measures, and handling unexpected events that could threaten the pizzeria's success. The game emphasized decision-making, where players' choices impacted the success of their pizzeria and the overall gameplay experience. This included managing resources, responding to customer feedback, and addressing issues that arose with the animatronics. Fazbear Tycoon was ultimately cancelled due to a combination of development difficulties and creative burnout. The scope of the game was ambitious, with complex mechanics involving resource management, customization, and storytelling. As development progressed, the project became increasingly challenging to manage, and the developers struggled to balance the various gameplay systems while maintaining the intended horror atmosphere. Additionally, the pressure of working on such a large-scale fan game began to take a toll on the developer. Burnout, coupled with the overwhelming expectations from the fan base, led to the decision to cancel the project. The developer felt that continuing the project would be too stressful and ultimately result in a product that didn't meet their vision or the fans' hopes. What other FNAF fan games that got cancelled? Do you wish it never happened?